Hey everyone, Traci here with Create Your Future, and today I'm here with a awesome success story about one of my clients who was allowing her SP the time and space to transform, and she was able to go from being in the friend zone for months and months to being in the committed relationship that she desired. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys. Before I dive in, of course, I want to remind you we're doing the contest. And this contest is really to help others, to reach other people, more people, to broaden our audience so that we can help everyone realize that they're the creator of their reality and they get to have the life that they dream of, that they desire. So with your help, if you like, comment, share, and subscribe, we get to broaden our audience. We'll reach 100,000 subscribers. When we reach that number of subscribers, we are giving away free coaching sessions. So it's really win-win. So please like the video, comment, share down below what you've been manifesting. I love reading your comments. It's inspiring to me. I know it's inspiring to other people. And it's just good to share your own successes too. Acknowledge your own success, acknowledge what you've been consciously creating in your life, because then it gives you the motivation to create even more. I also want to remind you guys that I do have a course available for purchase, all about becoming a conscious creator. This is helpful for creating whatever you want in your life, whether it's your relationship, your job, your career, house, money, a vacation, whatever it is, or all of that, right? You get to have all of it. So this course really kind of takes you step by step through the process of becoming a conscious creator. I'm really happy with the way the course turned out. I'm really happy with all the positive feedback I've been getting from it as well. So thank you guys for sending that in. And I'm also available for one-on-one coaching. If you are interested and feel like you need some help, or maybe want some help identifying your blocks, coaching is so helpful for that. Sometimes our story is so natural to us that we can't even really identify it as a block. And coaching can really help you bust through those blocks, bust through those layers, and accelerate on your journey so much faster. So I am available. You can find the link in the description below. We also have lots of other coaches at Create Your Future. And the link is down below for all of that. All right, so I have a success story from one of my clients, and I'm going to read it first, and then I will talk all about what she did, the main kind of like thing that was able to kind of catapult her forward in her relationship dynamic. And I'll discuss that a little bit more, but first I want to read the story. Okay, so she writes, "Hello, Create Your Future. I wanted to say a big thank you to your channel and especially to my coach, Traci. When I came to Traci for coaching, I was already in regular contact with my specific person, but it was very hot and cold. The time we spent together was lovely, but then he would disappear for days or even weeks, and then the cycle would start all over again." Very common, right, guys? So she goes on to say, "I was learning more and more from Traci. She would gently remind me each and every time that I was creating everything, that he was simply reflecting me, my thoughts and beliefs about him and about the relationship, that I was in control of everything. Some months went by, and the time we were spending together became more and more, but we were falling more and more into the friend zone. With Traci's help, I decided to take a step back and focus on myself, get back into my yoga and workout routine, and to focus on my work and some upcoming travel plans. I would still talk to my SP, and we would chat almost daily, from him reaching out to me," she says. "But but I kept myself busy and wasn't able to make plans to see him for a while." And she says, in parentheses, "because I wanted to take space and allow my concepts and him to transform. During this time, I kept my mental diet pure, only focusing on what I wanted. Um, only focusing on what I wanted and not the current circumstances. So after a few short weeks, he was showing up more and more, pursuing me in the way that I wanted, no more acting in the friend zone. And he initiated the relationship talk, and we are now in a committed relationship. Oh my gosh, so amazing. She goes on to say, I really want to encourage all of you to not give up on your dreams and your desires. You do get to have each and every one of them. While I took a step back, I just kept reminding myself that I get to have what I want. And what I want is already done and already mine. If I can just align myself with feeling that it is already done, I know it must show up. So important. We'll come back to that. Every time doubt wanted to creep in, I kept reminding myself and integrating the belief more and more that this is my reality. I get to decide. I get to call the shots. I get to have what I want, and this would give me the courage and the faith to keep going. Thank you again, Traci, for all your guidance and help. You're so welcome. And she says, I can't wait to share my next success and show you my engagement ring. All right, I cannot wait to see it. That is so exciting. So you guys, the biggest thing that I want to talk about here is allowing people the time and space to transform. And I never recommend for my clients to ghost someone, to like cut them off. It's not really about that, but sometimes it is helpful to allow yourself to take a step back and practice having the faith, putting the belief in what you want and in the version of them that you want. And what I mean by that is if you're the version of yourself that is treated like a queen, that is pursued, that is cherished, that is loved, you wouldn't feel like you have to keep reaching out. You wouldn't feel like you have to, kind of keep settling really for friend zone if friend zone is not what you want. So when you take a step back, if that feels right for you, when you take a step back, you just focus on being that person that is cherished, that is loved, that is pursued, that is, treated exactly the way that you want. And reminding yourself, regardless of how much evidence you have to the contrary, to all those desires, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And this is sometimes the hardest thing for people to accept. But you can accept it with practice. Just keep reminding yourself. Remember, a belief is just a thought. You continue to practice. So again, it doesn't matter how much evidence you have to the contrary of your desires. It doesn't matter because all of that evidence was created by you. Evidence. All that evidence, all that manifested 3D reality was created by you. And it was created unconsciously. It was created before you knew that you were the operant power, before you were creating everything in your reality and your experience. So that's exactly why all that evidence is irrelevant. If you created that and now you desire something different and you consciously know you're creating all of it, that evidence means nothing. But you have to decide again and again not to fall back into the old pattern, not to fall back into the old dynamic, to keep reminding yourself that right now, this is what I want, and this is what I intend to create. This is what I intend to see show up in my reality. And you can already feel like it's yours because it truly is. And the only person that can stand in the way of it showing up full force in your reality is you going back to the old evidence, you going back to the old pattern, you going back to the old thinking. And again, this is where coaching can be so helpful because I understand like it's easier sometimes to go back to the old patterns. And that's only initially the case. And it's only easier because that's what we practice for a very long time, right? And especially when we get discouraged, it's easier to go back to the old patterns. And again, that's where coaching comes in. If you have someone standing in front of you who knows without needing evidence that you get to have exactly what you want and can help push you through that time when there is no evidence showing up, and just encourage you and remind you, no, your only job is to hold the faith. Your only job is to focus on what you want. Your only job is to not go back to the old story of what you've already created, right? That's where coaching is invaluable. I know it was on my journey, and it got me through it. It got me through it. So that's really where the benefit is. And again, like my client said, while she was taking that time, she just kept integrating the belief every time her mind wanted to focus on the circumstances, or maybe focus on the time, or focus on fears. She would just simply bring herself back very intentionally to the thoughts that she mentioned. No, this is what I desire. I get to have what I desire. I am the God of my reality. I'm the operant power. I'm creating everything, and she would even mention things like, it doesn't matter that I've never seen this version, or it's been a really, really long time since I've seen this version of my SP. That doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any more likely or less likely, right? Because again, it's all up to you. It's all up to you. And if you simply hold the faith, if you simply hold your focus on what you want, it must show up. It must show up, because that's how everything works. But if you give up too soon, if you go back to the old story, then it will create kind of this illusion of no movement. So that's what we want to stay away from. And again, just keep yourself focused on your ideal version, your ideal reality, your desires. So I hope you guys loved this success story as much as I did. I love hearing this from my clients and from everyone watching the channel. So inspiring. I intend that everyone watching has the same success in your own way, of course, in your own timing. And you should intend the same thing for you. You're seeing this video because this same success is what's meant for you. So keep that in mind when you're watching success stories. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.